And welcome back here, folks. We're ready to go for the final game of the broadcast here today, and it is Brook Hill Lady Guard taking on the Hooks Lady Hornets. And we're sitting ready to go. Lady Hornets of Hooks will be the home team. Brook Hill, watched them a little bit earlier. End of the broadcast here today. They're back out here trying to get themselves another victory. Hooks and Lady Hornets. We're ready to go. Johnson in the lane for Hooks. That one's going to be knocked away here, and Hooks going to pick up. That's going to be Gooden. And Gooden will get it started off here against this 2-3 zone for Lady Guard. Kicking it back around here, moving around the perimeter. Hooks looking to find someplace down in the middle. That's what they do, try to get it down. You got to get inside that middle there, but it's a shot is missed there. But it looks like Brown that was making that shot, and it's off the mark. Back on the floor now comes Brook Hill. Tonroy dropping off out here to number 24. That is Pine. Pine going to try to drive the right side now, dumps it off. And that's Morris. Morris, nice drive here off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out, and Lady Hornets going to push it up the floor and drop it off up ahead here, trying to find Bishop. Bishop chalks it down, kicks it back out now here to Gooden. Gooden, 4-3, will not go. Rebound underneath there by Brown. Can't get it to go. Onto the rebound shot. Brook Hill pushing it back up the floor. That is Onley. Onley going to kick it back out here now. Pine going to line up for a long-range three, knocking it down. Pine for three. For Lady Guard here, the first points of the ballgame. So it'll be Hooks basketball. Pushing up the floor here, number 3, that is O'Neal. Sorry, that's number 4, that is Gooden. Kicking over to the far side, and there's going to be a foul there on Onley. So it's going to be an out-of-bounds play here. Only. I want to make sure I had that right. So an out-of-bounds play here and getting it back over to Bishop. Bishop will lay back out here to Brown. Brown getting it back over to the near side. And nice dish up underneath there from Brown to Johnson. And Johnson gets the first bucket of the ball game here for the Lady Hooks. For Lady Hornets, should say, of Hooks. Guard basketball. Going to throw it down here to Fight. Number 14 got it. Dropping it back off here to Onley. And now to Tonroy. Ball gets loose, but stays with the guard. 3 ball on the way. That one might have got partially blocked right there. It's going to be rebounded by Hooks. Coming out of there with it is Brown. She'll drop it off here to Bishop. Bishop back up ahead now. Johnson finding Gooden. Gooden working from the left side down to the middle. Here's 3 ball on the way from Bishop, knocking it down. For 3, Bishop for way out. Yep. Sure I got that right. 5-3. Okay, good. Make sure I got the right stat sheets going on here. It's been one of those kind of days. So pushing it across over here is going to be Fight. Taking it along the baseline. Puts up the short shot. Won't go. Rebound comes out. And then that is going to be Rankin, number 12 with the rebound. Sorry, that's number 10. That's Harris. Get it back over to Bishop on the far side. Up underneath. Nice ball movement there for Hooks. Going to get it to Johnson. They'll find her on the right side of the rack, and they'll get her with the bucket. And it's now a 7-3 lead here for the Lady Hornets of Hooks. As Fight. Nice drive down the lane there for Fight. Uncontested. Takes right down the lane and scores now to 7-5. Now kicking it back over here. We have Harris. And here's another long-range three, this time once again for Bishop. Back-to-back trays for Bishop. 2 for 3 at the three-point line. Here's her up 9 for Lady Hooks. She finding a range out there is Bishop. Gonna run up here against Pine. Pine gonna drop it off here to Fight. Fight finds Onley. Onley takes it in and scores. Nice job there. Ball moving along the baseline there for the Lady Guard. 4:15 to play in this first quarter. 10-7. Hooks with the basketball into the lead. Right through the middle here comes Gooden. Gooden dropping it off underneath here to Johnson. Gets the shooter's roll. Oh, sorry, that's Brown. Brown with the bucket there. Got it to roll home for her. 5-point lead halfway through this first quarter. Knocking up and got just knocked away from behind, but picked up there by number 31. That is Booth. And back out now to Tonroy. Tonroy going to give it down there. And oh, it's going to go. They're going to count that. Onley's going to get the bucket. As Tonroy drops it off here to Onley. Onley takes it here to the right side. She's going to pick up the foul there. I think that one's going to be against Brown. And that'll be a three-point opportunity here for Onley as she steps to the line. Trailing by 5. Oh, should be 3. I thought so, because that one should have went down, so now they put it up there. Here's the three-point opportunity. Is off the front of the rim. Won't go. Bishop with the rebound. And push up here to the right side. Bishop, 2-on-2 basketball, takes right down in the lane, puts up the shot, won't go. Rebound there for Hooks, won't get it. Rebound once again, taking it right back up. Nice job there on that rebound and the putback. Trying to see the number of that young lady there at the free throw line. Can't quite check it out. We'll get it figured out here in just a second. So shooting a couple at the free throw line. Off the mark right there. I think this is number 21. I think this is Morgan. Yeah, that's who it is at the line. Second one on the way is going to be short. That may be Johnson, number 44 out there. I think that's maybe what we got. We'll have to keep checking on that. Nope. So back out here on top, another 3 on the way here for the guard. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out once again here for Hooks. Pushing it back up the floor. That's number 30. That's Barber. That's it is. Nice job to get it underneath here to Johnson. Johnson off the rack. Can't get it to go. Tries to get her own rebound. But it is rebounded here by number 31, Booth. Now kick it back out. And back up the floor now comes the guard. As I'll give it over here to Pine. Pine back underneath here to Booth. Booth trying to work along the baseline. Throws it back out. Gonna get it back to Booth. Nice job there on the give and go there. As they drop it out here to Tonroy. Tonroy back to Booth. Booth knocks down the bucket and makes it a 12-11 lead here for the Hooks Hornets. And we're gonna get a timeout onto the floor. So we got a quick timeout coming at you right now. We'll be right back here on the NETSN.
At Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Already back here. Checking out that camera over there. Get back over here to this one. All right, so Brook Hill basketball ready to bring it in. And with 2:43 to play here in this first quarter, Hooks lead it by 1, 12-11. Dropping off underneath here to Only. Only going to be double team. Ball gets knocked away, but she kicks it back out. I'll throw it back out here now for Tonroy. Tonroy set it back up for the guard. Coming out on the defense right there. They're going to kick it back over here now to 24. That is Pine. Pine. Drop it off Tonroy. Now back out. Tonroy has it. They get it underneath here to Onley. Onley back to Tonroy. Playing a little two-man basketball over there. Kick it back over. Booth for 3. That's going to be off the mark. And that's rebounded there by Hooks. Going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to stay with Brook Hill. And with 2:05 to go in this first quarter, Brook Hill have the basketball once again trying to get the lead here. And that one's going to be partially blocked, but she gets the shooter's roll. Does Only. And she's got 6 points in this ball game. Under 2 to go here in this first quarter. Now the Brook Hill guard take the lead by 1. Hooks with the basketball. Send it over here to the far side. Bishop back to Johnson. Johnson. That's going to go off of the hands there of O'Neal and out of play. So just unforced error there by the Lady Hooks Hornets. And checking back into the ball game is going to be Brown, Harris, and looks like Johnson in there. So Johnson 55 and Johnson 44. The CC and DD. So now back here is Brook Hill guard with the basketball. Dropping it off underneath. Only going to kick it back out here. Booth takes it down the side, putting up the short jumper, knocking it down. Booth, 4 points in the game. Up by 3 now. Go the Brook Hill guard. Back on the floor now, come the Hooks Hornets. Bounce pass up underneath. Finds Brown. Side of the lane, puts up the shot. Wild one won't go. Gets her own rebound there, out of the air. Trying to grab it. It's going to be you're going to get a foul or a jump ball. And they're going to call a foul on Brook Hill this time. Or are they going to call that on Hooks? Okay, that's going to be number 2 on Olney. So a foul there, and that was going to be partially blocked there. Good job there by Pine to get a piece of that one on that 3-ball shot. Pushing the ball up the floor here comes Brook Hill. 3-ball off the mark. In the ball game there, that's number 11, that's Shaw. And the ball still on the floor here. Henderson picks it up, or Johnson picks it up, gives it up ahead here to Gooden. Gooden back out to Brown, and now to Harris. Harris gives it back to Brown, going to get it underneath here to Johnson. Johnson working it into the lane. Nice job there by Johnson. She's got 6 points in the ball game. Back to a 1-point deficit as we get under 40 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Guard pushing it up. Pine for 3, knocking it down. Now that one looked like it had a lot of air underneath it, but it went down for her. So back up by 4. Go the guard. 25 seconds to go here. Pushing it up is Gooden. Gooden. Bounce pass over to the right side. Finds Harris. Harris takes it down in the quarter. Pulls up her dribble. Going to get a timeout by Hooks and the Hornets with 4-point lead at 15.82 to go here into this first quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas. Family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial mag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split.
All right, we're going to come back here, folks. I thought there was a timeout out there, but no timeout. It was just a stoppage of play. And so we're going to get a jump ball now. 6.61 seconds to go. About 7 seconds left to go in this ball game. In this first quarter, I should say. Been a long day. Harris going to get it up ahead here. Going to throw it over to the far side. Harris, or I should say Brown, trying to get it to Harris. And that's the way it's going to end here at the end of this first quarter. So it will be an 18-14 lead here for Brook Hill over Hooks here. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here for the second quarter here on NETSN.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas. Family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial mag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split. Call the shop today to make an appointment at 936-269-9516. That's 936-269-9516. Joaquin Tire is a proud sponsor of Game of the Week. Stop in and see them today for all of your new and used tire needs.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
Already back here, ready to go. Second quarter underway here. This is a 4-point lead here for the Guard. Now have the basketball. Looking down on top, checking in the ball game here is Castle for the Hooks. And Brook Hill basketball getting up underneath here to Tonroy. Tonroy just outside the top of the key, covered up by Harris. Dropping off to it's not Shaw, that's Morris, number 20. There's a 3-ball on the way. It's going to be off the mark. Hooks coming out of there with it is Gooden. Going to be double teamed up here now, trying to have some help, and finds Johnson. Johnson going to throw it up ahead here. Nice job there by Castle. Going to get Johnson or Brown up underneath there. And it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Lady Hornets of Hooks. As checking back into the ball game would be Bishop. Castle checking out. Hooks basketball. We're going to bring it in. Get in here to. We're going to get that's going to be a foul away from the basketball, but it's definitely going to go against. Definitely going to go against the Hooks Hornets. And now be ready to go. Set it up ahead. Go to that far side. That's going to be a foul on the floor here, looks like. So now ready to bring it in, and it's going to be Brook Hill basketball. Throwing it in here, spinning around over to Booth here out on top. Booth looking for some help. Now going to drop it off here to Pine. Pine going to launch a long-range three. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Get it back up here, chasing down the long rebound, but it looks like that is going to be out of bounds by Shaw trying to run it down. So it'll be Hooks basketball on the inbound. Going to get it inbound to there and chasing down that inbound ball there. It's going to be Castle. Going to back out here. There's a three ball and one again from Bishop, and it is off the mark. Long rebound comes out here, and it is Harris trying to fight with it there for Brook Hill. And it's going to be jump ball possession arrow, stays with Hooks Hornets. 6:30 to go until the halftime. Checking into the ball game here. It looks like number 2, that is Castle. That number 3, O'Neal. Kind of hard to see those light blue numbers there. That's O'Neal checking in the ball game. Here's the three ball. That was partially blocked there by Shaw for Bishop, but a nice rebound here for Hooks. They try to get it right back up the floor. Now coming back up. It's going to be the Brook Hill after the miss. It's been stuck at 18-14 here for a little bit of a while. Latter part of that first quarter. Now here into the second, and almost 2 minutes gone here with no score by either squad here into this second quarter. Over to the far side. Get down in the corner. Bounce pass back out. Shaw trying to drive inside. That was partially blocked there by Johnson. Johnson throws it back out. He's going to stay with the guard as Tonroy picks up the loose ball. Take it down underneath there and trying to make a nice drive there to the basket is Morris, but she's going to be fouled and she'll shoot 2. So going to the line shooting a couple will be Morris. 0 for 1 at the free throw line here for Brook Hill to start this ball game. First shot on the way by Morris, rattles out. So rattling it out, trying to get that 1 point here is fixing that loose tire out there is Pine. Checking into the ball game, fight. Going to come in for Booth. Shaw goes out, and Onley comes back in with her 2 fouls. Stepped in line here for the back half of it is Morris. Mr. First is good on the second. First points of the second quarter by either squad as O'Neal will get the inbound here. Going to give it back to Bishop. And that was she was not out of bounds. She brought the ball in. So it's a turnover back to Brook Hill. And the Hooks coach is definitely not liking what was called out there. And I guess I can't really blame them. That was kind of a bang. They were get out there, pulled it in, and it looked like it was legit. But the ref is saying no, it was not. So Hooks is going to lose that argument. They'll give it back to Brook Hill. Brook Hill with a 5-point lead, chance to increase that here onto the inbound. Going to throw it in here. Here's a 3 in the corner. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound comes out long here to Onley. So another opportunity at it as they'll give it over here now to Tonroy. Pulls up her dribble. Get back here to Morris. Morris driving in the middle of the lane, shooting the short shot. Will not go. Rebound comes out here. There's going to be a foul onto the rebound. And they could probably call this one. I think they're going to call this one on Brown, I do believe, or the Hooks. So we'll see who they give that one to. And they do call it on Brown. That's her second. So the third team foul here on the Hooks. No team fouls on Brook Hill here in this second quarter. 5.5 to go. Onley going to dribble around everyone. Puts it off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out here. Johnson going to drop it off here now to O'Neal. O'Neal going to push it up the floor here to the left side. And Hornets now going to look to establish something here. It's a nice job there by Gooden. Tried to get it underneath to Johnson, but it's knocked away by Brook Hill. Stays Hooks basketball. So on the inbound, nice job of getting inbound here to Bishop. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be out of bounds on the Hooks. And the Lady Hornets have just not faring very well here the last few minutes. And got to get some offense working out here as they're trending by 5, but they've done a good job on the defense as Brook Hill's not really knocking down a bunch of it either. So Tonroy working out on top, sending a bounce pass in there. That's going to get away. Here's another steal. Brown's going to pick up the loose ball. And Hook's going to look to set it up here. He's going to give it to, well, that's too strong there by Gooden. Got that pass trying to throw it there in the middle, but it's over the head of everybody and out of play. Under 5 to go here in the half. So on the inbound, bringing it in, Tonroy. Push it up across the timeline. Sitting over to the right side, or left side. Well, even my directions are getting a little tired. Tonroy once again getting it underneath there. The ball is loose. It goes off of Fight's hands, but still fight for it. Nice job coming out there with it as Bishop, as Hooks lays on it. Going to give it up here now to Gooden. Gooden pushed up across the timeline. 4.5 to play here into the second quarter. Brown driving the left side of the lane. Brown put up too strong on the shot. They made her alter her shot there. She wasn't able to get it off the glass. Going to throw it up ahead here to Pine. Pine gets the bucket here for Brook Hill. She's got 8 points in the ball game, making a 7-point lead for the Lady Guard. Back up the floor now, going to be O'Neal. Dropping it over here to Brown. They'll give it to Bishop, swinging around to Gooden. Gooden will launch the three. Can't get that one to go, but a nice rebound here for Brown. And the putback, can't get it. Boy, she was right there all by herself, and it wouldn't go back, and then she's going to be fouled on the second attempt. So, fresh bodies coming in both sides, as it will be O'Neal ready to bring it in here for Hooks, and the Lady Hornets going to get it in on the long inbound. Bring it in. Bishop underneath there to Johnson. Johnson gathers it up. She's going to be fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line. First Lady Hook to go to the line here into this ball game with 3:47 to go in this first half. So first time at the line here for the Hooks. Johnson up and good, knocking it down. She's got 7 points in the ball game for the Lady Hornets. Looking to get that lead back to 5. Second one on the way from Johnson. Rattles in and goes home. Good job. She got the shooter's roll. So 2 for 2 at the line right now. 5-point ball game. 3:40 left to play here in this first half. Back up the floor now. Coming to guard. Going to send it over here to Booth. Booth working from the right side. Doing a nice job there. Got a little cut through the lane there by Fight. Fight's got 4 points. That was a great job there by Booth to find Fight cutting right through the middle of the lane. And here's a 3-ball on the way from Bishop. Bishop knocking down her third 3 of the ball game from way out there on that right side. 23-19 ball game here, getting close to 3 minutes to go here in the half. Dropping it off underneath to Onley. Onley going to kick it back out. 3-ball onto the way. Good. And that is Tonroy getting her first points of the ball game, coming by way of the 3. 3 for 10 at the 3-point line here for the Guard. They're up by 7, 26-19 with 3 minutes to play in the half. Gooden going to launch from the top of the key, and that is off the mark, just a little bit short. So an out-of-bounds play here coming. They're going to say it went off of Brook Hill. Really? I don't know about that one right there. It didn't look like it went off of nobody. It looked like it was just a missed shot. But get it back here is Gooden. Turning it right back over. Johnson in the lane, puts it off the glass and gets scored. She's got 10 points in the game. And it's now back to a 5-point ball game with 2:40 to go in the half. Pushing it back up the floor. Here comes Fight. Fight. Bounce pass down into Tchaikovsky, who's in the ball game. Tchaikovsky, sorry. I think I'm getting that right. Tchaikovsky, okay. Moving it back around here. Over to Tonroy once again, getting up underneath the Booth. Booth going to take it right at Johnson and pick up the foul. And Booth goes to the line. Right now the Guard is 1 for 3 at the line so far here into this first half. That's the second one on Johnson. As Booth goes to the line with 2:17 to go to try to increase this 5-point lead. First one on the way. Bounces in and out. Second one coming up for her. And rattles home for that one. So 1 of 2 for Booth at the line right there. She's got 5 points in the game. Back to a 6-point lead now as Bishop will push it up the floor here for the Lady Hornets. Johnson drop it off down here in the corner. That is Castle. Sending in here to, nice job there for, oh, that is Barber with the shot. Can't get it to go, but Johnson right there with the rebound and the putback. So we're back to a 4-point ball game as we get under 2 to go here in the half. Send it over to the far side, Tonroy. Now, Onley. Bounce pass, kicking over here to Shashevsky. So it's a miss on the shot. Coming back up to 4 now comes the Lady Hornets as they'll sip it over to Bishop over to the far side. Kicking it back up underneath here to Barber, I should say. She's going to get it back to Bishop. Bishop going to throw it across. And Harris thought about the 3, but has stolen away and push it back up the floor here, 2-on-2 basketball. And a nice job there bringing it up is Tonroy, but it misses the shot. Going to throw it up ahead here. And Barber, nice job, not too far under there, but Barber gets her first points of the ball game. 2-point game here with 1 minute to go here in the half. Send it over to the middle. Onley. Taking it over to the left side of the lane, dumping it off. Nice job there to Booth. Booth can't get the shot to go, but she's going to be fouled by Barber. Barber picking up her first foul. So Barber with 49 seconds to go will step up here. First one on the way is no good. 1 of 3 at the line. Brown checks in for Hooks. Also checking back into the ball game is Pine for Brook Hill. As Booth's trying to hit the back half of it. And it is off the mark here once again. And rebound here by Johnson with 45 seconds to go. It will be Harris across the timeline for Lady Hornets. And back to Johnson. Johnson going to get it down here in the corner to Bishop. Bishop back in the middle here to Brown. Brown through the double team, fighting hard, gets her own rebound off the side of the rack, throws it back out, top of the key, 3-ball for Harris, and it will not go. Rebound here by Johnson. Johnson's going to be fouled as they get away. They got away from her, so it's going to stay with the Lady Hooks, or the Lady. It's going to stay with the Lady Hornets of Hooks. Check it back into the ball game. O'Neal comes in here for Castle. 25 seconds left to go. It's a 2-point ball game. Hooks has the basketball there on the inbound. Going to throw it to Bishop. Going to get it back over here in the corner. 3-ball on the way, and it is good. And they're going to call a foul away from the basketball. Does the shot count is what I'm wanting to know. Shot should count because it was after the foul occurred after the shot, and I don't believe it involved the shooter. So the shot should count to make it 28-27. They're going to say, no, it doesn't count. So more discussion going on over here after that. And it looks like the Lady Hornets are going to lose another argument here on a call by the ref. So still getting an explanation on it over there, trying to find out exactly what's going on here for this final 18 seconds. Brook Hill basketball as points taken away here from the Lady Hornets of Hooks. So Brook Hill will get the basketball here up by 2. Final 10 seconds of the second quarter. Send it over to the far side. Going to get it back out here on top. Morris throws it up underneath there. Gets tipped away by Brown into the hands of Johnson. Johnson throws it in the middle. Brown gets a shot out, but it's not going to go. And that's the way the first half is going to end, is it will be a 27-25 lead here for Brook Hill Lady Guard over the Hooks Hornets. So we'll be back here after the third quarter is on the way. We've got to take a break, check a couple things, folks. We'll be right back here on NETSN. All righty, folks, I think we're ready to go here for this final half of the afternoon for the long day of ball that we've had going on here. It's at Brook Hill with a 2-point lead over the Hooks Lady Hornets as Hooks getting ready to come on out here now. Ready to go here for this one as Brook Hill will have the basketball to start. Get over here. 3 ball on the way, will not go. And it rebounded here by Brown for Hooks. Going to throw it up ahead here to Gooden. I don't want to keep calling her Golden. I'm going to read my own right, and that's Gooden. Send it down in the corner. Gooden's going to have it. Step inside, short jump shot, good. So Gooden gets her first points of the ball game to tie it up at 27. Back up the floor. Here's another 3 on the way, and this is off the mark. Here's a second 3 missed here to start off for Brook Hill, tied at 27. Back up the floor now comes Gooden. And she'll push it over here to the right side, get it down here to Bishop. Bishop's going to get that pass stolen away by Tonroy. Tonroy's going to throw it up ahead here to Fight. Fight has to pull up her dribble. Good job there by Brown to get back on the defense. Throwing it out there for the 3 by Pine. Does not go. And Hooks pushing it back up. Nice job there by Gooden to save it, but she saves it in here to Brook Hill. Brook Hill going to throw it up ahead, and that's going to be Onley. Onley will be running the lane, and Onley will take it in and score. First points of the second half here by either team. It's now 29-27. Going to get a stoppage here by the refs to let the... Not quite sure what that was about there. Getting folks onto the bench there over there, so it's a stoppage of play. But now we're ready to go back at it here, getting down to 6:40 to go here in this third quarter. 2-point lead for Brook Hill. As Hooks has the basketball, getting underneath the Brown. Brown, nice job working along that baseline, or working along the right side of the left side of the key over there. Can't get it to go, and it's out of bounds, knocked out of bounds there by Brook Hill. And they got the fourth period up there, but I don't think they're in the fourth one, though. Still in the third. All right. Wishful thinking by the score table over there. 6:29 to play in the third, 29-27. Brook Hill with the lead. It's Hooks basketball. Lady Hornets get it on the inbound here to Harris. Harris going to throw it back out to Bishop. Bishop underneath there, and it's stolen away by Booth. Booth going to give it up here to Pine, and Pine will go it up to Tonroy. Tonroy will now push the lane into the lane, stopping and popping there. As a nice rebound here by Pine. Puts it up, can't get it to go. Only can't get the rebound, throws up another rebound, won't go. Here's Fight with it now. Now going to throw it out here for Booth for 3. That won't go. And boy, I tell you, give Brook Hill that many shots at it, they're going to get one to go down eventually, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Lady Guard basketball with almost 6 to go. As Barber's going to check back into the ball game, coming in here now for Johnson. Long inbound, comes in here to Onley. Onley working back over to the right side now. Kicking back out here to Tonroy. Tonroy going to call for a walk. Turns it over. Under 6 to go in the third. What's he pointing at? Is he? Oh. I thought maybe he was seeing stuff out there, birds flying or some butterflies checking around or something. Not sure what he's doing down there. All right, so here we go. Back at it. Underneath. Nice job on the ball movement there to find Barber. And she's got 4 points in the ball game. Good job there by the Lady Hornets to tie it at 29 with 5.5 to go in the third. Back up the floor. Comes Tonroy. Kicking out here to Fight. Onley. Back to Fight. Over the right side. Back to Onley. Onley on top. Trying to catch Booth cutting through, but a good job there by Brown to keep her from getting that pass. Oh, there's a nice job on the cut through at the basket. And the backdoor cut doesn't work, though, this time for Pine. She can't get it to fall. Coming back up the floor here with it are the Lady Hooks. Pushing up there is O'Neal to the left side. Pulls up her dribble. Going to get it down underneath here to Brown. Brown trying to back her down. Too strong at the rack. Bishop knocks it away out of bounds to the Lady Guard. So under 5 to go here. Tied at 29. Back up ahead. Coming to Lady Guard. Back over here to Fight. Fight's going to stop a pop for 3. Knocking down to 3 this time is Fight. That's her first 3 of the ball game. 4 for 15 at the three-point line here for the Guard. Now up by 3, 32-29, 4.5 to go. Move it around from the right to the left side. Bishop, long range three, trying to answer right back. Can't get it to go. But a nice rebound here by Barber, and she'll give it to Harris. Harris will launch the three. It won't go. Rebound comes out long here to Onley. Onley. Now bring it back across the line for 15. Fight, short jumper. Can't get it too strong with that one. Rebound by Harris. Harris and take her time getting it up here across. Oh, it's Bishop. Going to drop it off here to Brown. Brown in the lane, puts up the shot too strong at the rack. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out by Onley. And Onley going to give it up ahead here to Tonroy. Tonroy trying to work the left side. Back out here. Fight going to launch out for three once again. This one won't go. Rebound by Onley, and that's going to throw that pass away. It's going to end up in the hands of O'Neal. O'Neal going to push up here against Tonroy. Tonroy going to make O'Neal give up the shot. And there's a good job there by Barber following the play. She's got 6. And it's a 1-point ball game, getting down to about 3.5 to go here in the third. Back across the line. And that is Fight working over to that right side. Fight pulls up her dribble. Going to throw it all the way back across. Tonroy launching for three. Front of the rim. Can't get it to go, but a good rebound underneath there by Onley. And Onley's going to get the bucket put back. So back up by 3. Getting close to 3 to go here into the third. Hooks basketball. Bring it up. Send it over to the left side. Bounce pass. Brown. Get it back down here in the corner here to O'Neal. O'Neal tried to get it there in the middle, but gets knocked away, and the guard going to come out of here with it as Fight going to put it up here off the glass. And Onley's, or should say that is Pine following behind her. Pine's going to get down to the left corner and knock down the 3 from the corner. And that's a big play there for the Lady Guard as they now go up by 6, 37-31 with 2:44 to go, and the Lady Hornets of Hooks going to call a timeout. So we'll take a quick timeout with them. We'll be right back here on the NETSN.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Already back here, ready to go. Winding down this third quarter. 2:44 left to play in it. And it will be Lady Hornet basketball on the inbound. Bishop will get it in here to Gooden. Gooden. Bring it back across the timeline here for Hooks. Send it over to the far side. Back up here into the middle. Trying to get it underneath here to Johnson, and they do. Johnson going to try to get it to Barber. Barber loses the handle on it, but picks it up now and gives it out here to Gooden. Gooden back to Barber. And going to send it back over to Bishop, about on top. Back underneath here to Barber underneath. Trying to get it to Johnson once again. Ball bounces around in the paint. Still loose. Finally, going to be picked up here by Brook Hill. Going to throw it up ahead here, and Gooden's going to be in front of that pass to steal it. And bring it right back to the floor here for Lady Hooks, for Lady Hornets of Hooks. Send it back out to Barber. Barber over here to the right side. Castle thought about the 3, steps inside, now gets triple team. Throws it back out. Bishop underneath to Barber. Barber to Johnson. Not a good job there on the pass. They got their hands wrinkled up in there. And that's going to be on Barber. I believe that's going to be on Brown. Maybe Johnson. And it is on Johnson. That's number 3 on Johnson. Brook Hill basketball, under 2 to go, leading by 6 here in the third. So Brook Hill gets it on the inbound here, ready to bring it up. And it's Onley here to the left side. Bounce pass up under to Tonroy. Tonroy back to Onley. They work over here to the left side. Now Tonroy inside the free throw line, throws it into Booth. Booth can't find anybody, turns around in the lane, gets it back out. Rebounded there by Pine. Gets it back. They'll get it back to Pine in the corner. Launches the 3. It won't go. Johnson going to come out of there with the rebound here for Hooks. About a minute to have to go. Looking for some help here. Johnson now going to put it on the floor, now driving. Throws it over to Brown to the left side. Brown driving from the left side. And that's going to be an offensive foul. He almost went for the defensive side. He had to turn the wrong way, but that is an offensive foul there. A little too much there by Barber. Straight up gave her a big shove. And back to Brook Hill. Back up the floor now, come the guard. As it will be Onley pushing it up here. Going to drop it off here to Tonroy. Tonroy going to launch the 3 from the wing, and it's off the mark. Rebounded there by the guard. And they'll get it right back underneath there. Still loose, but ball finally going to come out. And it'll go to the hands here of Hooks, and there's going to be a foul coming up the floor there on Gooden. See if they're going to call that against the guard, but it's like Gooden bringing it up the floor there. So that one's going to be on number 3. That's Tonroy. That's her third. Okay, so inbound here coming from Hooks. And Gooden gets it on the inbound here. Going to be Bishop driving the lane. Bishop off the glass. Nice job there and a great play there by Bishop. She's gotten 11 points in the ballgame. Her first points of the second half here. 10 points to 8 points has been the scoring here into this quarter, as it's a 4-point lead for the guard here coming to the end of the third. Getting down to about 35 seconds to go. Morris launching for 3. And that's a big 3 there for Morris. She knocks down, gets her 4th point of the ball game, and that gets it up to the biggest lead here. 7 points here for the guard in this ball game. Coming up here is Shaw. She's going to make the steal. So Shaw going to get it back. 13 seconds to go, 12 seconds to go. Going to give it up here to Onley. Onley now to Booth here on the left wing. 7 seconds. Taken away is Gooden's going to be tripped up there. That's surprised that wasn't a walking call, but that's going to be the end of the third quarter nonetheless. And it will be Hooks 33 and the Brook Hill guard 40 here at the end of the third quarter. The final quarter of the game coming up here. We'll be right back for here on the NETSN.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
All right, folks, back here, fourth quarter on the way. Brook Hill lead it by 7. It'll be Hooks basketball to start off the fourth and wrap up of the second day of the tournament here in Timpson for us. Is now Brook Hill basketball or Hooks basketball. Castle in the ball game. Throw it back over. That's number 1. I don't have a number 1 here for Hooks, so not for sure who that is. That 3 ball is on the way. It's off the mark. Let me go back in here, but I'm pretty sure that I don't have a number 1 for Hooks. Don't have a number 1 for Hooks. Okay, that's okay. So 40-33, 7.5 to go into the ball game. Pushing it back up the floor now. And that's going to be Shaw taking it around the lane. And Shaw with a nice move down in the lane. It's going to be thrown out and out of bounds. It's going to go back to Hooks. The Lady Hornets going to get it here. 1 will bring it in for the Hornets. On the inbound, going to get it in here to Brown. Now back over to Harris. She gets it across the timeline. And down about a minute gone here into this final period. Brown here on the right wing. Those are back out on top to Bishop. Bishop. Looking over to the right side. Kicking him, swinging around to the left. Harris getting back here to Bishop. Good job here by the Brook Hill. They're playing really good, keeping them middle congested there, not letting anything come down inside. And that one gets knocked out by Brook Hill. So we'll be Hornet basketball. 6:54 to play. On the inbound. 1 trying to get it in, going to get it in along here to Bishop. Bishop, top of the key, going to drop it off here to Johnson. Johnson gets a quick triple team. And that's going to be a jump ball there. And that's going to go Brook Hill way as Morse jumped in there and grabbed a hold of it. And it's going to go back to Brook Hill. Still up by 7, 6:50 to play. So bringing it up is going to be Pine. Across the timeline here, met there by Bishop, up by 7. Take a little time off the clock here, make sure you got what you want. Shaw says, nah, I'm going to drive right down the lane, put it up off the glass and get the shooters rolling and put it down so she can get her first points of the ball game. Now, got a 9-point lead here for Brook Hill. Going to get it up ahead here to Harris. Harris down in the corner, gets that triple team. She's going to be fouled, trying to get away from it. That may be on Booth. I think that may be a first or second one there on Booth. First one on Booth. Out of bounds play. Number 1 ready to bring it in here for the Lady Hornets. On the inbound, going to get it in here to Shaw. Sorry, that's Bishop. Shaw's on one to make that steal right there for Brook Hill. Shaw got to throw it up ahead here to Pine. Pine over to that right side. Going to launch out here for a long-range 3. It won't go. Rebound comes out by Brown. And we're going to get a foul on the rebound here with 6 minutes to go. That was going to be on number 20, Morris. So ready to bring it in here is going to be O'Neal for Lady Hornets. 6 minutes to play. Going to get it on the inbound here to Harris. Back to O'Neal, back to Harris. They work to get it across the timeline, and they do. A little pitch and catch back and forth here, bringing it across. Number 1 over there to the corner now to O'Neal in there. Underneath to Brown into the lane. Brown trying to find some room. Brown gets the shot to go down. First points of the second half. She's got 4 points in the ball game. Back to a 7-point deficit here. We get down to 5.5 to go. Good job here by the guard. Getting it up ahead as Morris will have it over to the right side. Take it down in the corner to Pine. Now back out here to Tonroy. Tonroy will pull it back out, get it down to about 5:20 to go. So Tonroy jumping to back off here to Morris. Morris trying to work a nice job there going around the defense. Morris takes it, gets the shoulders rolled, it goes down for her. She's got 6 points in this ball game. Back up the floor now come the Lady Hornets with 5 minutes to play. Top of the key, 3-ball. O'Neal will not go. Rebound comes out by the guard. That's going to be Tonroy. Tonroy will push it up the floor here. Across the line now. Will Tonroy go? And we'll get down to 4:45 left to play. So Tonroy going to pull it right back out here. Take some time off the clock. Get it over to Shaw. Now Morris. Morris going to try to drive the right side. Morris going to be fouled on the way in. .432 to go. And a foul there by Brown, her third. And that's going to put Morris at the line. She's 1 for 2 at the line so far here today. Shooting 2. First one on the way coming up. Just a little bit short. Still a 9-point ball game as Barber checks into the game as well as Bishop back in here for Brown, and number 1 for Lady Hornets of Hooks. Second one on the way goes down this time for Morris. 4.5 to go. Johnson here to the right side. Those are back in the middle. Send it back to O'Neal. Now finds Harris. Harris going to kick it over here to Bishop. Bishop to O'Neal in the corner. O'Neal's going to stop in here from about 15 foot. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Harris. Harris throws it back out. Bishop, top of the key, going to dump it right back off here to Johnson. Johnson trying to work against the 2 double team. Can't get it to go. Ball's knocked away. And Brook Hill comes out of there with it as Kowski throws it up ahead. Checking into the ball game, number 21. That is Morgan coming into the game here for Johnson. Also into the game is Castle. 4 minutes to play. 10-point lead here for Brook Hill. And right now the way it's looking is going to be Liberty, IU, and Hooks in that 10:30 game here tomorrow. Good job here by Brook Hill. As they come out of there with it, Tonroy going to push it back up the floor now, up by 10. Going to just take some time off the clock here. Get it underneath Pine to Tonroy. Tonroy going to find Pine cutting back through the lane. Now kick it out here to Morris. Morris going to launch the 3. It will not go. Rebound goes out of bounds. and it will be Hooks basketball. Oh, no, we're going to say it is off of Hooks, so it will be Brook Hill basketball. So 3:28 left to play in this one. And somebody's going to get a hand. Barber got a hand on that one. And it's going to go into the hands here of Castle. And she's going to be knocked down to the ground there. So that'll be a number 2 on Pine. So that one gets away from Castle right there, but she's going to give it right back up ahead here to Barber. Barber will get up to O'Neal across the timeline here. Send it over to the far side, down in the corner. Castle for 3 in the corner. Cannot get it to go. Rebound comes out. It's going to go out of bounds and go back to the guard with 3:07 left to play. Checking the ball game is Gooden as well as Brown. For Hooks. Brook Hill basketball. Tonroy going to get it in, facing some pressure this time here. Tonroy looking to find somebody to get it into, and finally does. Gets it into Onley. Onley pull up her dribble, now throws up ahead here. That's going to get away from her. And Bishop's going to come out there with the loose ball. Bounce pass up ahead here to Gooden. Can't get it to go, but Bishop following right through. But Tonroy makes the slap of the shot, says, get that out of my house. Comes out there with the basketball. 2:50 to go. Beautiful bounce pass. And that is going to be to Shaw, but Shaw's going to be fouled on the way in and head back to the hitting the line for the first time. So we're trying to check in on some of those games from the area here, try to find out exactly where everything's going to be tomorrow. Up and good here for Shaw. Getting them up by 11. Looks like Tenaha and Timpson will be here at 1:30 tomorrow. That'd be the final game of the tournament, as both of them go down there for Morris. Up by 12, 2:45 to play. Send it over here to Bishop. Bishop going to get it back to O'Neal. O'Neal going to swing it back over to Gooden. Gooden pulls up her dribble, now looking for some help. Bounce pass inside there to Barber. Barber can't handle it. Ball's on the floor. And it gets out here to Tonroy, and Tonroy going to push it back up. 2.5 to go. Almost a reach-in foul there from O'Neal. Going to throw it back out here to Only. Only. Driving here is Shaw. And they'll pull it right back out, getting close to 2 minutes to play. Pine working it out here on top against Bishop. Going to throw it up ahead here. Now Morris. Tonroy thought about that long range 3 here. Still 2 minutes to go. Coach says, no, hold on to it here. We're up by 12. Let's just take some time off the clock. See if we can get another minute off here. Nice job there by Morris. Rolls into the ring. Can't get it to go. Coming out there with it is Brown. Brown going to push up around the right side here for Hooks. Going to throw it in O'Neal. That one gets tipped away here. Here's Bishop picking up the loose ball. Nice job there by Bishop. Takes it up to the rack. Can't get it to go, but Barber right there for the rebound and the putback. She'll have 8 points, and it's going to get a timeout on the floor. So 47-37. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be right back here. Games today. All games brought to us by the good folks at Shelby Savings Bank.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center has the agents to take care of all your insurance needs. They remind you to update your policy after a life change, never put off the death policy conversation, and always have home insurance or renter's insurance. Whatever your insurance needs or questions are, or even if you need to make a payment, Sandy Cox State Farm Insurance in Center.
Great shot, man. Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty, folks, back here. Just a little bit of time left in this one as it's a 10-point lead here for the Brook Hill Lady Guard. And with 1:41 to go, and they will be ready to bring it in here. Tonroy will get it on the inbound here, find Pine. Pine back to Tonroy as they face some pressure here at the half-court line. That's going to be Gooden on the reach in there. That is the 4th team foul. That's the 3rd team foul here on Hooks. So both teams with 3 team fouls apiece with 1:36 left to go. Tonroy ready to bring it in here with a 10-point deficit for Hooks. Going to come up here onto the ball. It's number 5, Chadwick, in the ball game here for Hooks. Pushing the ball up the floor here. Tonroy here to the left side. Minute and a half to go. Underneath here, Pine working against Bishop. And that's going to be a foul underneath there against Bishop. A lot of fighting going on before that one. Probably could have called it way before the shot. But it's an out-of-bounds play. That's the 14th foul here with 1:23 to go. Morris checks out. Booth back in here for Brook Hill. So on the inbound here. Nice job. They can't get it to go, but Johnson will pull down the rebound. And now we'll get it up ahead here to Harris. Harris going to be caught in that backcourt. Trying to get it up ahead here. Now they finally do. They get it up in the head to Brown. Brown going to take it down inside. That's going to be a foul. Number 4 by the Lady Guard is Booth going to pick up number 2. And that may be an out-of-bounds play here. Are they going to put Johnson at the line? Yep. Oh, Brown at the line shooting a couple. Only the second Lady Hornet at the line for this entire game. Johnson went way back in the second quarter. Went 2 for 2 right there, and then now Brown at the line for the first time here, and can't get it to go. Four of 11 at the 3-point at the charity stripe, I should say there for Brook Hill, and right now 2 of 4 for Hooks. As we'll get down about a minute to go here, Tonroy going to get it back across, throw it over to the far side. Pine with 1 minute left to play. Pine trying to stay away from Brown. Going to throw it over here to Tonroy. Tonroy going to throw it up into the middle here to Onley. Onley going to kick it back over here to Booth. And now they'll just swing it around. Tonroy throws it back in the middle here. Onley. Finally going to be basically tackled there by Chadwick. And that'll be the 5th foul here. And that'll put Onley at the line. And she is 0 for 1 at the line so far. Onley with 10 points in the ball game. And for her first points of the fourth quarter, 10-point lead with 39 seconds left to play into this ball game, and trying to make it a 12-point lead. First one off the mark. So Barber checks back into the ball game for Brown. So right now, like I said, it's going to be the 10:30 game is going to be the Liberty IU Lady Leopards and the Hooks Lady Hornets. I do know that. Have a game at 9 o'clock and then one at noon and then one at, I think the last game is going to be Timpson and Tenaha. I think it's the last game that we're going to have. That'll be at 1:30 tomorrow. So we do know a couple of the games are going to be the 4 games we have tomorrow. So get ready for those. Throwing it up ahead here, Hooks. Final 30 seconds of the ball game. Ball gets loose here, still on the floor. Trying to fight for it. Coming out there with it is Tonroy. Tonroy going to push it up here after the half-court line, and with 20 seconds to go, just going to play some keep away here. Chadwick trying to chase her around, but they're just going to let it go. And with 15 seconds to go, Tonroy just moving it around, finds Booth. Now here's the Pine. And that's going to do it here. It's going to be a 48-37 victory for the Brook Hill Lady Guard over the Hooks Lady Hornets here this evening to wrap up of the second day of the tournament. All right, folks, so that looks like it's going to put Hooks and Liberty IU. They will be in the 10:30 game tomorrow. I do believe the 1:30 game will be Tenaha and Timpson on the guys' side. So we'll have a couple other games going out there for you tomorrow as well. So we'll have them ready for you. But we're going to wrap this up here. Nice game here for Brook Hill. They get a big win. A lot of job shooting there at the three-point line to knock it down to get this 11-point victory here today. But a good job here for Brook Hill as they get the victory over Hooks. And that's going to wrap up the broadcast for us here this afternoon, folks, as we're going to get ready to go to come back for the final 4 games for tomorrow. We'll be here for noon. I'm sorry, starting at 9, 10:30, noon, and 1:30 for the 4 games to wrap up the tournament here from the Holiday Hoops Tournament. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. We're going to shut it down. We'll catch you here tomorrow. First game starts at 9 o'clock here for Dallas and Joe. We're out of here. Bye.